But like one of the reasons I would say he's an ENTP is just by looking at his speech pattern. All right, what's up, y'all? So I got something to talk about today. I always find it interesting that like people kind of know certain types can get uh mixed up or harder to tell apart from each other, but like there are other types that people never talk about that are always being mistaken for each other. And then the thing is, the reason why people don't talk about it is because people don't really realize they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from my perspective, some of these types, it should not be like confused as often. You know what I'm saying? It's just people are just being lazy with their thinking and observing people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and trying to understand types. Make sure my mic is on. Yeah. But like, so in this one, I'm gonna talk about. I meant to make I made a post on my wall. I mean, yeah, my what do you call it? Community post. I saw from a long time ago. I was talking about making this video. I never did it because I forgot. But like, I always forget to do video ideas that I come up out of nowhere. But anyway, so people are always confusing ENTPs and ESFPs for some reason. It doesn't make any sense why people are having trouble telling these two types apart. They're not hard to tell apart, really, unless you're looking at the surface level. Now, the reason why I think people have trouble telling these two types apart is because both of these types kind of have a similar attitude towards life in some ways. Both of them kind of got this vibe where they want to, like, they don't really take life seriously. But it's two different aspects of it that they embody as far as not taking life seriously. Um, ENTPs, I say ENTPs kind of look at life like a game, or they kind of look at life like a parody. You know what I'm saying? Or honestly, extroverted intuitives look at life like um, like a cartoon in a way. I think um, they don't look at reality straight on as it is necessarily. They look at reality and then they look at more so an interpretation of reality, which is actually very interesting. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's different than the ESFP. ESFP's attitude towards life, there's slight nuance in it, is that ESFPs look at life as like a party kind of, and they just want to have a good time at the end of the day. Um, Now, when you got two attitudes like that towards life, which kind of fall under the same scope of like not taking life seriously, that's what really makes people not makes people mistype them. I mean, and then like you might look at ESFPs. Like ESFPs do like to debate quite often. Um, Not often, but every once in a while they do like to debate because they got that tertiary TE. But then you also look at ENTPs. ENTPs love to debate a lot more than ESFPs do. But then like stuff like that can make people be like, oh, not be able to tell them apart. Whether it's online, I've seen websites do weird typings of people where that should be obvious. For example, a one that I see people type, I don't know, I see people type this person as an ESFP. Patrice O'Neill, the late great Patrice O'Neill. Patrice O'Neill is an ENTP. like, um, one thing, I'm not going to go all the way into why he's ENTP on this video, but like one of the reasons I would say he's ENTP is just by looking at his speech pattern. His speech pattern is very much an introverted thinker speech pattern. And the way that he delves into things, very introverted thinking, like um, in general. I'm going to just say that right now. I'm not necessarily going to go into that right now, um, like all the reasons and stuff like that. But yeah, that's one example of that. People are typing Patrice O'Neill as an ESFP. Couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm going to tell you that right now. But yeah, What else? I guess, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much kind of like what I would say as far as it being weird that people are just having trouble tell these two types apart when they don't really have a lot in common. You know what I'm saying? Now they can get along definitely. Most so you'll see like an ENTP being really good friends with like an ISFP or something like that. A lot of ENTPs have ISFPs that are kind of like always around them, which is kind of weird. And they can also get along with ESFPs, I think, too. Now, example of this is if you ever watch Stranger Things, even though this is a fictional show, fictional shows are an imitation of life. Even when it's not trying to be an imitation of a specific slice of life, unintentionally it is an imitation of life. Um, so pretty much, uh, when you talk about ENTP and ESFP friendship, Steve Harrington is an ESFP. Dustin is an ENTP. You know what I'm saying? So they're like best friends on Stranger Things. I could do a whole video of my revised list of Stranger Things. It's pretty much the same as my old Stranger Things video, but like I can give a like fresh take on why. You know what I'm saying now? But since I watched the recent season, there's some types that get mistyped. I definitely it's like I think if I made more videos talking about why some types are typed wrong, more people would start saying it because my reasons would line up very well. So I'm thinking about doing that. There's actually two in particular that I'm thinking of that are mistyped badly. But anyways, that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching.